One everyone! Welcome back to the channel! I'm 11, I'm a puppy girl who escaped the lab just to see you, and today we're watching more What If the Emperor Had a Text-to-Speech Device? Today's episode 19. It's called Grumbling. A lot happened the last episode. People got banished to the warp, and I think it seems like chaos factions are getting involved. I'm excited to see what happens next. Thank you so much for enjoying this series with me. I'm excited to watch more. I upload an episode every Sunday. And if you enjoyed the video, please write 1-1 in the comments. 1-1. Alright, here we go. Oh, I wonder where we are. I see a calendar on the wall. Oh, he's out.
Make them suffer.
Alien fiends!
Stand back!
Is this like a cooking show? Is this Gordon Ramsay?
I'll show you how it's done.
Warp Kitchen! This is not how I remember Warp Kitchen. Ham's louder. Wait, is he bringing the Emperor breakfast? I don't think the Emperor can eat.
I can't hear the pitch. My vocal range is not broad enough to cover the whole thing properly.
It's okay, you'll get there.
Good morning, my Emperor.
Aww.
If I needed help regarding this, why, for the love of all gold-plated plant life on Terra, would I ask you? It would be like looking for advice about depression medication from a precarious obscure addict.
If you're as omniscient as you think you are, then you should know how right I am. My experience in the matter does give me a level of expertise. After all, I'm a Daemon Prince, for crying out loud. I'm literally made of warp stuff.
One would think that after all the stunts you've pulled, you would have some kind of discretion over the atrocious amount of shittery you have been spewing everywhere. If anyone has the right to say I told you so, then I should have set up a parade with banners and streamers and clowns and whatever else just for you.
I'm not saying I told you so, I'm just saying that you and I both—
Are we just gonna keep ignoring the guy? Is he just gonna listen to a domestic?
know damn well that you're ridiculously narrow-minded on the matter. It's just the way things are, and you know it.
Son, I'm the motherfucking emperor. I can alter whatever I desire. I am like a glorious golden god. Except I am not, of course.
And look where your meddling has gotten you. Oh,
Back on
in
my
addition,
throne.
aren't you the one who said you didn't want to play God?
That is my tirage coming straight from the vile warp vent of a fucking demon prince. Do you know, there is a difference between actually having the powers and distinguished looks of a god, and wanting to be worshipped as one.
Good morning, you two. I know you're busy stabbing each other with word chips right now, but—
About guard smacking time you got here. Where is the tea, Sonny?
Well, it was disintegrated by a warp bolt when I walked into your room.
Damn you, Magnus.
Can he even drink tea? I mean, he doesn't look like he has any kind of digestive organs. He would just kind of go straight through his ribcage.
Your unregulated psyker powers have caused yet another disaster.
Me? You're the decaying force of nature who literally defecates warp storms whenever he tantrums.
It was kind of the Emperor's fault. Someone get this Centurion, quick! Too much heresy, no hope, consider suicide for me.
Honestly, it doesn't matter. I'll just, go and make some more tea later. To avert the creation of another Eye of Terror on Terra, I think I need to ask something.
Well, that is what I pay you for, isn't it?
What does pay mean? But, yes. What are you two arguing about?
My senile old bone sack of a father is almost as deluded as his foolish worshippers. He truly believes that chaos is nothing more than an utterly negative force which needs to be destroyed.
In all my 48,000 years, I have not had much inclination to the contrary. Almost every single thing wrong with mankind is the fault of chaos, its gods, and their worshipper.
not helping, but humankind, I think, is very capable in messing up by itself. Like strong, independent people, we really don't need much outside help.
If only humanity had listened to me and ignored chaos and all the arm-wavy religious crap, we would be well on the way to perfecting humanity as a species, and I would be way less spooky looking.
Wait, so you're not arguing about what happened yesterday? The whole sending the entire Inquisition to the warp and convoluted plans thing?
No, I think we're all on board with the Inquisition being in the warp.
No, we finished arguing about that hours ago. Were you not paying attention?
You sent me to get tea.
And you took your sweet-ass time doing that,
Yeah,
did you not?
fair. If it's been hours, how long does it take to make a cup of tea? Get a kettle for fuck's sake. Oh, sorry, I'm not meant to swear.
What were you doing? Trying to be all cheery cherry cream puff or something?
The Emperor's a bad influence
You
on
scare
me.
me when you pretend to have emotions.
So what did you decide on?
None of your concern. Corn cob, it will all be resolved at a later date.
Oh, okay.
Back to the bitchy Brannigan at hand. Where were we?
You mentioned how you tried telling humanity to throw religions out a window, and ironically to never question you about it. Was it my turn to grumble or yours?
I guess it's your turn to grumble. Go ahead. What is so funny, Chuckleshits? I thought we were grumbling here.
Your great intellect really must
I'm grumbling
be
here.
splintered. I have no reason to lie to you, so before you spew that whole noise of the heretic drivel at me...
I am not some crazed old zealot from the first Dark Ages, son. Do you know how I feel about overuse of such terminology?
Haven't you noticed what a spectacular comeback that word has made as of late?
You have sullied your hands with filthy parchments of heresy, guardsman. How do you plead?
What? No!
Too late, heretic.
You inspire your men to study such foul smut, Commissar? You heretic!
Imagine if you didn't have access to things like Necropada, and instead you have to consult the parchment of smut.
Detestable mutants fill your heads with such vile obscenity! Die, heretic! Maybe just one read.
Sister, I need your blood to... Oh, hold on. You're a heretic! You know what? They're just running around shooting each other down there.
Don't they do that usually anyway?
Us upon these heretics. All right, fire!
I lost that because of gooning.
Oh, do not get me started.
Anyway, that's not the point. You see, chaos, the warp, all of that isn't just some demonic realm of nasty, horrible things. It's much more important than that.
I know this already. Its true nature is that it is the realm of the collective spiritual subconscious of every single soul-possessing species in the galaxy. In other words, the realm of souls.
Right.
And it is shitty, and requires some serious unfucking.
And this is where the senile ramblings come back in. Let me say something I learned while reading all those forbidden tomes with you. Do you remember back when you told humanity that there would be no gods? You said no religion, no worshipping of anything, and...
I mean, that's really kind of hard to say when the gods are literally out there talking to people. They're like very real. They're monstrous.
thus you figured the chaos gods would become completely irrelevant and thus starve to death, right?
Sure.
Yes, which is exactly what I wanted, and almost what happened.
You were inadvertently creating a whole new chaos god.
Come again?
Because it was not worshipped in the conventional way, its name never became revealed to mankind, but you were creating a chaos god of unbelief, and you were becoming its champion, perhaps even its avatar.
Wait, is that the Malal thing everyone keeps talking about that I've just not been getting?
Has got to be the single dumbest thing I have ever heard in my entire life, and that is coming from a half-dead skeleton that has been stuck on a life-sustaining god couch for the past 10,000 years.
Well, believe it or not, that's what was happening. You see, Chaos isn't some Saturday morning cartoon villain that you can just defeat. It's a force of reality itself, and the more you try to control and restrain it, the more it will act against you. It's a reflection of those who empower it, who in turn it empowers. Just as gravity dictates how objects are pulled towards each other and energy condenses into matter and form, so too does chaos function as yet another celestial process. You should know and accept that.
Emperor, you getting schooled by your son. I wouldn't just take that.
By now.
That is all well and true, but that does not make it not dangerous, stupid, dangerously stupid, and stupidly dangerous. You should also know and accept by now that things which are factually correct can still be unfathomably idiotic.
Well,
Oh, yeah,
I suppose
definitely.
you're right in that sense. Ever since Slanesh was murder-fucked into existence, things have kinda got out of hand.
Hands off my quips, chili pepper.
Honestly,
Get your own.
I feel like it was kind of out of hand before that anyway. Like, things were kind of screwed.
Can I possibly ask something?
You are paid by the hour, not by the question.
Right, but if what Magnus is saying is true,
Which it is.
and the warp is a reflection of the subconsciousness of all mankind, does that mean we're all horrible, terrible, awful people?
On the inside,
Wow.
yes, absolutely disgusting.
Look at that
I am outside of that
self-discovery.
cycle, you see. So it does not apply to me because, do you know, I am pretty much perfect and all that. Or I used to be anyway, when I still had good old boners done.
Rules are for other people who are the Emperor. Rules are for you guys, not him.
But yes, this is why I have been trying to guide mankind all this time.
And look where we are now.
Humanity gets to collectively create its own realm with their subconscious thoughts, and you fill it with paranoia, fear, blood, Brussels sprouts, and self-contradictory
Brussels
bullshit.
sprouts?
It is like you are all mindless man-children, scribbling dicks in your notebooks when you should be paying attention to the lessons that I am trying to fucking teach you.
Those students and you have perfectly synergetic personalities, for the record.
Oh. Now I feel terrible about myself. Like, worse than ever before.
Good, that is a step in the right direction.
But I don't understand. If the warp is the realm of souls, then how do psychics work? Aren't they using witchcraft and demonic rituals to attain unholy power?
To the ignorant and untrained eye, it would certainly seem so. However, it's actually much
I mean, isn't the Emperor a psyker? Are you implying heresy?
simpler than that. Some people have a natural ability to channel the warp's power more than others, just like how some people have other genetically determined talents or abilities. Since a warp is based on the power of emotions, one can use this ability to channel their own willpower and bend the world around us. Just as we change the shape of the warp with our own minds, so too does the warp allow those talented enough to change reality.
What did I say about fireballs in the throne room?
Yes, I need to ask you first.
Huh?
Sorry,
Great parenting right there.
Dad.
That is better.
As I was saying, the stronger your connection to the warp, the stranger you become in the eyes of others. This may make you feel incredibly lonely and ostracized, but don't worry, as a psyker you're never alone. You've now got a whole lot of extra dimensional attention from daemons and the like to keep you company in those cold, dark nights. Suffice to say this, combined with the fact that possessions are a thing, is the primary reason why psychers are usually seen as horrid witches that need killings.
Ah, well, that does explain something. It means I'm definitely not a psyker after all. Wait, what about the great enemies of man? How does all of this explain the dark gods, demons, and all of that?
Have you ever heard the saying, we all have our own personal demons?
Yes.
Think about that phrase, and take into account what Magnus just said about the warp. Now apply the resulting realization to the entire population of a galaxy.
Oh. Oh. Oh!
Poor thing he came to make teen is gonna have like a mental health crisis. An existential crisis. Someone should look out for him.
It's worse than simply being a hellish realm, isn't it?
Oh, little gold sparkle, it is much, much more than that. Every single thought or feeling you've ever had, both consciously and subconsciously, becomes reality in the warp. Every single human emotion becomes a power. Every single metaphor becomes a literal meaning. Everyone's wishes, dreams, desires, fears, and nightmares are incarnated. Of course, the reason the warp is so corrosive and horrifying is because so many conflicting and contradicting ideas are floating around inside of it. And the gods are in fact collective subconscious constructs that reflect crucial mental aspects of all life.
Trigger warning, existential philosophy.
Daemons are shards of their respective gods, much like individual cells make up an organism.
If that's true, then why are they so, completely horrible and evil? I mean, we can't all be 100% evil all the time, can we?
Of course not. Something which people seem to forget, including the gods themselves, is that they represent all thoughts and emotions, the good, the bad, and the ugly. For example, Tzeentch may be a cruel and devious trickster, but he's also a force of progress and a beacon of hope. Change, after all, is neither innately benevolent or malevolent. but it sure as shittling isn't the same as it was before.
Yeah, I do feel like the Chaos Gods usually aren't portrayed as multifaceted, really more like bad.
This sounds like propaganda.
Well, you know it is true. Without Zinch, there would be no malicious schemes, but there would also be no one clever enough to save people from those schemes. Nothing would ever get done, and we would fall into...
Yeah, Singe, I think, gets the best rep out of all of them for change being somewhat neutral, but I don't think the other gods get... Maybe Korn, the others don't really get that treatment.
An eternal stasis of static karma, and that is what Nurgle represents. Stagnancy, a lack of change, inevitable eternal cycles of decay and renewal. But he also represents the resilience, resolve, and solidarity to face those same unsettling inevitabilities.
Yeah, that
In
never
short,
gets
if
brought up,
everything
I
is
feel.
shit, why worry about it? That is why his followers are so disturbingly, insufferably cheerful even when most of their entrails are on the wrong side of their ribcage.
Without Nurgle, there would be no consistency, safety, or comfort in living and dying. In fact, there would be no consistency at all. All those cycles of decay and renewal are just the circle of life. In fact, Nurgle is technically nature incarnate.
That makes sense?
Is this really true?
To be honest, even taking into consideration that this is about as batshit fucking crazy as Conrad Curse, all of this about the gods is actually correct. He is still being an ass barrel though.
Absolutely, they both are. I'm not gonna argue that.
I was referring to you.
Sure.
What about the others? If Zinch is progress and Nurgle is nature, then what the hell are the other two meant to be? What possible purpose could they have besides creating massively unnecessary amounts of death and suffering?
Well, Korn may be a force of merciless, mindless slaughter and hatred, but that's...
Jeez, the slaughter sounds are very loud. I like actually that we kinda going through this in this episode. I thought it was gonna be more of a what's happening to the Inquisition in the world kinda episode, but they snuck in some Chaos God lore.
because it prescribes to another natural concept, survival of the fittest. Strength and skill are all that matters to him. He also represents justice, vengeance, and honor, so unlike the others, Korn would never try to trick you and stab you in the back.
He will just stab you in the face, over and over again,
I wonder what it was like. So you know how the Chaos Gods are like mirror images, like Zinj and Nurgle and then Korn and Slanesh? I wonder what it was like when Korn didn't really have a mirror image.
until your face stops resembling a face.
Without him, there would be no honesty, no strength to fight against injustice. And speaking of injustice, Slanesh may be a horrifying, cruel, torturous fiend that breaks minds and inflicts untold suffering, but it also exudes just as much joy, freedom, and expression and happiness.
Because hello, someone has gotta be enjoying your pain and agony after all.
It's ironic, yet it makes sense. Slanesh is formed from the extremes of emotional experience, representing both joyful freedom as well as crippling suffering. Without Slanesh, there would be no happiness and no grief to make those happy times mean anything. And that's why you can't just kill them. The universe needs chaos to survive.
I mean, it needs those concepts. The question would be, if you kill a Chaos God, do those concepts continue to exist? Like, is the concept of bravery, for example, and strength dependent on Korn existing? Or is Korn just a representation of them, and bravery can continue existing without Korn?
Destroying chaos would basically destroy the entirety of the human psyche.
And that is where you fall into the pit of objective incorrectness, you pile of bratwursts. I can defeat chaos, and I must, for the good of us all. I accept that what you say is true, Magnus, but I must bring peace to humanity and the entire galaxy. And so long as chaos exists in its current state, this goal will never be achieved. I must defeat those four giant floating reality tumors.
Oh, really? Well, do enlighten me and explain how you're going to You're going to say, I can't tell you now, but you'll see and understand all in good time.
And then his son didn't see and understand, and the Horus Heresy happened.
Aren't you?
You did not need telepathy for that, now did you?
No, I'm just used to hearing that kind of thing by now.
I know it is not what you want to hear. After all we have been through, but my son, I cannot tell you now. I will tell you when the time is right. Understood?
Didn't you say that no curtains
What a way to say that you don't know yourself.
would cover up your plans for the future this time around?
No, seriously, if I told you this it would totally ruin the surprise, not to mention the risks involved.
Well, alright. But just for this one occasion.
Thanks, son. Just trust me this time, and do not let a flying space octopus convince you to turn on us all again, okay?
Okay.
So, if you knew all this, why did you follow Chaos at all? And being all demonic and stuff, how does that work for you anyway?
To answer the less personal question
Yeah,
first,
you can't
Daemon
just ask
Princes
the
are
guy
always
that.
former members of a soul-bearing species who have had their soul removed by a Chaos God and replaced with a humongous mass of warp energy. This turns their bodies intangible and charges them with infernal power, basically turning them into a daemon.
These kind of surgeries should be universally illegalized.
Anyone or anything that undergoes this process must have great amounts of willpower to retain any of their personality. If they don't, they become mindless chaos spawns. If they succeed and survive the process, well, it's hard to explain. Since warp energy is basically just raw, undiluted, and unrefined soul stuff, it serves roughly the same purpose as a soul, with the benefit of being way more powerful, at the expense of being way less stable. It actually takes quite a bit of effort for me to retain this humanoid form right now.
Oh yeah, I remember what your true form
I was wondering how that
looks
works.
like now. I bet looking like that makes you feel really proud of yourself.
I actually kinda wonder why they chose Magnus to be such an important character in this series. I mean, I like it, I think he's interesting, but still.
Dad, we agreed not to talk about that.
About what?
Nothing, not a thing, nothing at all.
And this was the less personal question?
Changing the subject, now that I have my soul back, I feel weird. I guess I'm some kind of half-daemon now?
I would laugh at how silly and full of angst that idea sounds if it were not for it being true. Actually, fuck it, I will laugh anyway.
Now, as for your other question, I didn't know all of this information at first, meaning I couldn't make informed decisions back then. I mean, it's not exactly common knowledge. For some reason...
I wonder who it is who didn't share any of the knowledge about the warp and chaos. No, it doesn't come to
I
mind.
only learned after it was too late to turn back. As for why I didn't try to change my ways, to be honest, I'm not even sure myself anymore. I didn't think there was a way out, I didn't know where I stood or whose side I was on anymore. From my experience, I'm not sure there were or even are sides to take. I felt, and still feel, betrayed by everyone I trusted, but I also felt like I was betraying myself.
Whatever side you took seems to have
Oh, that honestly is kinda personal. That sounds really rough.
edges so sharp you could cut through power armor with them.
Very funny, you sparkly skeleton showcase. You need a hand making that one up?
Good effort, keep trying, because I liked where you were going with that. It had movement and progression. One day you will get a good one, and we will laugh incessantly.
Honestly, if he had said it with more confidence, I think it could have landed.
Whatever, Father.
At least you should know where you stand by now. I hope after everything we have done, and everything I have said, that you realize that you can trust in me again, even if it is just a tiny little bit.
Maybe.
To be honest, we can argue until you turn pale and my right hand fucks off to wherever the left hand went, but at the end of the day, you are still my son, even if you look like you are straight out of a rebellious gang that mugs old ladies. I am just glad that you are finally admitting you do not know shit.
Maybe one day you'll do the same.
Wow, he did say that was more confident. I mean, yeah, does the Emperor actually have a plan? I kinda
Do
doubt
not
it.
bet on it. Hoo hoo ho 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 hoo ho 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 hoo ho 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 ho.
Well, at least you're not violently arguing anymore. How about some
Don't worry, they come back to that. They have severe daddy issues.
Count me in.
Sure,
Wait, how would you even drink it?
That's what I keep
Emperor.
saying.
that is how.
But didn't you say that using your powers for trivial things was agony?
Using my powers at all is agony, but sometimes it's just too fucking funny not to.
Fair point.
Using cosmic powers to drink tea. That's certainly the Father I remember.
Oh, you. Say, here is another 100% beneficial way to make good use of my powers.
Sir, I've located the Astronomicon, but
What is it? Is it signature faint?
no, it's flipping me the bird.
Navigator, how the fifth can a giant holy space beacon flip you the bird?
I wonder who these characters are. I don't think we've met them.
From our Lord on Terra! Everyone must go fuck themselves!
The Omnissiah decrees.
I'll go retrieve the paradildo.
Gotta go fuck yourself. These truly are dark times.
That was absolutely splendid, Father.
You bet. Put him here, son.
Father and son bonding. You know, who needs to go fishing with your father or go throw a ball and play catch when you can just do that? Mess around in the web together. Good episode. Way more lore than I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be more about the Inquisitors are in the warp right now. But I guess we'll come back to that next episode, which is, you're green with it. That doesn't really say much of anything, actually, about what that's gonna be. But I look forward to it. If you do too, please wait for next week Sunday, where we'll watch episode 20. You're green with it. But yeah, I think I had already seen videos where they talked about the Chaos Gods, so this wasn't really new to me, but it was a nice refresher, and I like that they pointed out the two-faceted side. It's not all just negative and bad. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys soon. 1-1, everyone.